Saint Agnes. A life of courage and purity. Agnes was born into a wealthy Christian family in the year 291 AD. She lived happily with her family in Rome. She was very devoted to the Lord and used to pray from a very young age. She decided to dedicate her life to God and made a vow of chastity, promising not to marry and to devote herself entirely to her Creator. One quote attributed to her is this: "Christ made my soul beautiful with the jewels of grace and virtue. I belong to Him whom the angels serve." At that time, it was not easy to be a Christian. Christianity was not accepted, and Christians were often persecuted and killed. Agnes's beauty and her family's wealth attracted many young men who wished to marry her. However, Agnes refused all offers, feeling that her commitment was solely to God. One of the rejected young men, angered by her refusal, decided to reveal to the authorities that Agnes was a Christian.
Why did he do this?
The Romans arrested Agnes and presented her with an ultimatum: renounce her Christian faith and make sacrifices to the pagan Roman gods, or face severe consequences like death. Despite the looming threat of torture and death, Agnes refused to abandon her beliefs. Her faith in God was everything to her. So she resisted and was sentenced to death. Nonetheless, Roman law forbade executing virgins, leading to her being cast into a brothel instead. In the brothel, a man who desired her lost his sight, but Agnes prayed for him, and his vision was miraculously restored.
You will find peace only in God.
Other men who attempted to rape her were similarly struck blind, ensuring that Agnes' chastity remained intact during her time there. They subjected her to various tortures, but she remained firm in her beliefs.
I am ready to die for you, Jesus.
According to legend, when they tried to strip her in public, her hair miraculously grew long enough to cover her body, preserving her purity. Another legend tells of how they tried to burn her at the stake, but the flames would not touch her. This led the officer in charge to unsheath his sword and decapitate her. Agnes was martyred in the year 304. She was only 13 years old and became one of the youngest Christian martyrs. Even in the face of death, she did not waver, praying and showing her devotion to God until the end. Saint Agnes was buried beside the Via Nomentana in Rome. The spot later became a site of pilgrimage for many. Saint Agnes's defiance in the face of persecution is a profound testament to her faith. At a very young age, when most would seek comfort and the safety of conformity, Agnes stood resolute against the might of the Roman authorities. Each year on January 21st, her feast day is celebrated and churches around the world honor her memory. She is the patron saint of young girls, as well as of chastity and rape survivors. She is often depicted with a lamb, symbolizing her purity and her name, which resembles the Latin word for lamb, Agnes. Artistic depictions also include a palm branch, symbolizing her martyrdom. Saint Agnes is mentioned in the Roman canon of the Mass, and was highly regarded by early Christian writers and fathers of the Church. Over the centuries, many miracles and healings have been attributed to her intercession. Saint Agnes's story continues to inspire many around the world, reminding people of the strength and conviction a young girl showed by standing up for her beliefs against formidable odds. She had more peer pressure than anyone, but she remained pure and faithful to God. Prayer to Saint Agnes. Saint Agnes, you refuse to give up your faith. Help us to be proud of our faith, to love it, to be strong in it, and to give witness to it daily. Saint Agnes, patron saint of children, watch over the children of the world, keep them safe from harm, be with them in their hour of need, and always pray for them. Amen.